Hi, welcome to FinFlow Studio tutorial. In this video, I'll show you how to set up and use your net worth tracker spreadsheet in most practical way. I'm using Google Sheet version, but the Excel is exactly the same. First, we protect the cells that contain formulas to prevent from being accidentally edited, which could affect how it works. So if you see this message, it means that you're not supposed to touch it. Simply cancel or press X. As you can see, this field is grayed out because you haven't entered a date yet. First, let's fill out the overview section. For example, if the start date is May 1, 2027, you'll notice that January through April are grayed out since the tracking begins in May. May to December are cleared. Now, let's change the date. For example, if the start date is January 1, 2027, all months are clear. Next, select the currency. For example, USD. For other currencies, you can simply type them in or copy and paste. Then enter your net worth goal. For example, if your net worth goal for 2027 is $100,000, type the amount here. In this section, you do not need to enter anything because it is automated. Please note that all colored cells contain formulas, so data should only be entered in white cells. This setup is designed to make it easy to remember where inputs are allowed. This is where you enter your asset data in this table. Example, you have cash, savings, house, investments, property. Then enter the balance for January. In the next month, for example, your cash is now $350 and your savings are $500. Your house value stays the same at $10,000. Your investments remain at $500 and your property value also stays the same at $5,000. Now let's check the growth section. You'll see that your cash increased by $150, right? Which is 77%. And your savings increased from January to February by $50, which is 11%. Your house value stayed the same at $10,000, so the growth is 0. And the percentage is 0. The same applies to your investments and property since there were no changes. If you scroll down, you'll also see your total assets for each month. Next, below is the liabilities section. It uses the same format as above. Example, include credit cards, loans, mortgages, bills, and taxes. For example, if your credit card balance in January is $3,000 and you make a payment in February, the balance may decrease to $2,800. Then just continue filling in the remaining months. In the growth section, you'll notice the values are negative because the balance is decreasing. This section is the summary. Here you can see total assets and liabilities for each month, along with the total growth. As you can see, the left to reach goal amount is updated and becomes smaller as your assets increase. This pie chart shows your current total net worth and your progress toward your goal. This bar chart compares your assets and liabilities by month. The dark blue line represents your assets. The red line represents your liabilities. That's it. If you have any concerns, feel free to message our shop anytime. We're happy to help.